introduce at this time Ms. Donna Schuler. We're going to talk about faith-based collaborations, and we're trying to move along as expeditiously as we can so we can get you home. But we're getting there. So, Ms. Donna Schuler, let's give her a hand, please. Faith-based collaborations.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for your patience. You've been sitting here a long time, and even I was antsy in my seat for a little bit over here. So I totally get where you're at right now, and I will keep this short and brief. I do want to thank all of you for being here tonight and the honor of being asked to come and speak with you. Just a little bit about myself. I am a wife. My husband and I will be celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary this year. And I am a mother. I have 2 sons, and I have 5 grandchildren. And I'm a businesswoman. And I am very active in my church and have a real heart for the city. And I say that, but go ahead and ask me where I live. I don't live in the city. But I can tell you I grew up in the city. I lived in the outskirts of Harrisburg City and was born and raised there. I attended Bishop McDevitt High School. And so I know these streets, and I understand a little bit, and a lot has changed since I have been here. But one thing I can tell you, my heart still lies here. And with that said, we, as the faith-based community, and I just want to point out that we are Christians, and one thing that we all have in common, is we all believe in God the Father, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. That's where our unity begins. We are one. And if we can focus on that, we win. We win. The power of one is great. Listening to everything that this city has to offer, the people of this city, we can do this as one. Listening to the assessment, what a great way to build community. What a great way to have one thing that we used to call block parties, where people on a street would get together on a Saturday night, or Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and they would just talk and have a good time. Get out your grills, have some soda, have some water, chit-chat, let the kids run around and play and have fun. Those days are not gone. Those days are still here. But it's up to us. It's what do we want? And if we can come together as we have, we've just started, as the church. For a long time we've done probably an injustice for many years because we were locked in our buildings, expecting everybody to come to us. Well, guess what? We are waking up. We don't want everybody coming and hanging out in our buildings. We want the people in our buildings to come out and hang out in the streets and with the people, because that's where it is. That's how you build relationships. And it doesn't matter what church you go to. It doesn't matter what denomination you are. As I heard it spoke tonight, we are all human beings. We are all created equally. We may have different titles, but we are all created equally. No one is more important than another. One thing that I could say and would like to say and leave with all of you tonight is that a lot of us look at this big undertaking of looking at the city. Well, it's a little overwhelming sometimes. So when we decided that it was time to come out of our buildings And we decided that, you know what, let's all come together. Those who have a heart for this city, let's join together and let's see what we can do. So we made inroads with the mayor's office, we made inroads with the police department, and a lot of other organizations and a lot of other ministries to say, let's do this together. So, as the mayor pointed out, that they started these crime watches, and they adopted from Washington some of the things that they were doing and that we could apply to Harrisburg. Well, we heard a testimony out of Baltimore City where they started in one small district and they changed that district to the point that they were the worst district and now they're the best district. They were the most poverty-stricken district and now they are prospering. And it was all because the police department, the mayor's department, the businesses, the community came together and decided they were going to work together and they were going to change that district, and they did. Then all of a sudden, they look at this one district in Baltimore City and they now come to them and say, what have you done? We want to adopt that in the whole entire city of Baltimore. We can do it here too. So we decided that the mayor, they go in and they assess and they say, this is the worst place and we're going to go in and we're going to clean this up. So they clean up the streets, they clean up the housing, they make everything look good on the outside. So now, it's our turn to come in behind them after they make the streets safe and they take everything and they clean it up. We'd like to start working and building relationships with the people to find out what is it that you really need. Sometimes it's just teaching people life skills because, as the mayor said, so many generations have not come from good family backgrounds, and it's not their fault. They're doing the best they can with what they know. And sometimes it's gone on long enough that we look at them as they're the criminals and they're the people that are filling our prisons. But if we can come alongside of them and we can teach them integrity, character, how to love, how to care, when they never had any of that, think of a culture that we can change. We can transform this city, but we can also change a culture. We can change the people. We can change them. We just have to do it one at a time. For the one. For one to grab the hand of another. To walk alongside of them. To help them, teach them, mentor them. Jesus called it discipleship. But that's okay, we'll call it mentorship. We can take those same principles and we can instill them in the people. We can change their hearts, we can change their lives, and we can shift a culture. We can transform a city, and we can shift a culture. It's not going to be easy, but we can do it. Mayor's proven it. She just brings together the community, the police department, a little bit of training, a little bit of shifting mindsets. We don't have to have a poverty mentality. We can have a prosperous mentality. Every single person in this room, I don't have a big title. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a business owner. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a common person. A wife, mother, grandmother. I work full time. But I want to make a difference. I want to help. And I believe that that's why each and one of you are here tonight as well. Because you want to help. So, as we come together and we build this strategy together, we're not going to be able to do it all at one time. The old saying is, if you wait to have children until you have everything in order and everything set, you'll never have them. So we're committed to get started. We may not have everything we need, and we may not have all the answers, but we're going to find them, and we're going to do it together. So I thank you all for your time tonight. God bless you all.